And this is kind of a nice Christmas story. Christmas services at Trinity Episcopal Church would typically attract about 900 guests or more, but when Hurricane Ida hit, it did damage a lot of the building. You can see some of the renovation going on right now, and not, what is it, repairs. This forced parishioners to look for a smaller space that can only house about a third of its congregation, but with the help of Temple Sinai, which is located on St. Charles Avenue, as is Trinity. The Episcopal holiday service will go on. We're joined by the leaders of both the synagogue and the church, Rabbi Daniel Sherman and Reverend Andrew Thayer, joining us this morning. And gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us on.
And first of all, this really is the true spirit of the holidays. I mean, for Jews, it's in the middle of Hanukkah, and for Christians, it's the Christmas season.
Right. And both stories, revolve a lot around light, so there are some similarities.
And Jesus was Jewish.
Totally, tip to tail. The whole story is a Jewish story. Jesus has a Jewish birth, and in many ways it's a Jewish story. So to have it at a synagogue reminds us of the deep context that occasionally we lose in the rush to make it a sort of 21st century holiday. It goes back a while.
And Rabbi, did you approach the church, or they approached you, or how did that work?
Well, when we had some Ida damage, I was just really blown away that all of the churches along the sort of St. Charles corridor that we kind of share our neighborhood with, everyone reached out to us and said, whatever you need to do weddings here or funerals here, and we've done weddings and funerals kind of at spotted, it's worked out. But the Christmas service, we have about 900 people per service.
It's a big one,
And so there are very few places that could house that. Temple Sinai, we're similar size, right?
And we are happy to have them. We all know what it's like to be displaced, especially at our holiest times of the year. So anything that we could do to lend a hand to our neighbors and friends, we were more than happy to do.
And did you guys bring like a Christmas tree into the synagogue, or will the menorah be there? Or?
There's been a transformation happening in the sanctuary this week. And it does take a little getting used to, but I think it's wonderful. And again, our faiths have more in common than what separates us, and I think this is a wonderful reminder of that.
Exactly.
And it is nice to see that religious unity that binds two different religions, two great religions together.
Yeah. Well, and the things that bind us together are the things that we're really celebrating in a season like this. Displacement. Of course, the Christmas story is a story that takes place in displacement. That there's no room at the inn, a baby in a manger, the flight to Egypt. It's a story about not being where you think you're going to be. But underneath that, what makes the story unique, and I think strikes at the heart of anyone, is things like hospitality, radical hospitality and generosity, and those kind of seasonal attributes that we share, and that ground everything.
And this does come at a time when we're seeing more anti-Semitism in this country. And it's frightening. It's something that is anti-Christian, and of course it's horrific for the Jewish community.
So at this time of year, if we can add some light, some hope, some love to our community, to our country, to our world, I think the timing is great. And I think it's important for us to shine a light on anti-Semitism right now, which is a part of the rise in hatred in general and prejudice in our world. We have to do something about it. We have to stand up against it.
Amen.
And this does say something nice about the two religions, because as we said, it's Hanukkah for Jews, it's Christmas for Christians.
Right. Well, it's a wonderful time of the year in general, and I think in this time when it's dark at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, there's little specks of light on the Hanukkah or on the tree, like remind us that no matter what the darkness, whatever we face, the anti-Semitism or just the general hatred, we're called to be light. And
we're stronger together.
Yeah.
Amen. And
you guys made them a deal. You're offering it for free.
We're happy to have them with us.
Okay. I can get it for you wholesale. Is this something you've done before? And if other churches have helped the synagogue out when you've run into trouble?
Absolutely. And I think that in our St. Charles corridor, there's some wonderful houses of worship. We have a nice relationship with our colleagues who are up and down. We try to get together. I think we try to look out for each other. And after Hurricane Ida, many of the houses of worship sustained some damage. And again, the idea was, how can we lend a hand and help each other? Because we've all been the recipient of it at some point as well.
And it's the understanding and the respect of different religions.
Absolutely. We're glad that they can have their holy service in a sacred space, and we're happy to share it with them.
Well, thank you very much. And sure, it's a nice Christmas. It's a nice Hanukkah story, so it's just great. Trinity will have 2 services at Temple Sinai. That'll be on Saturday, December 24th at 4 p.m. and then one at 9:30. We've posted a link to a live stream. You can find that on our website, wwltv.com. Temple Sinai is located at 6227 St. Charles Avenue, right next to Loyola by Henry Clay. Let's get